Hey guys, what's up and welcome to a new Tesla update video. So as usual, let's just go over what happened in the markets today. Man, what an absolute wild week. My goodness. Up another 4%. My goodness, it's just this train to the moon, or this, I guess, rocket ship to the moon is just on full throttle apparently. So let's go over what happened. Of course, as usual, if you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button, guys. It does help quite a bit. But yeah, so let's take a look at how we ended off this week. Again, guys, keep in mind that don't forget that this week was at least this Friday was just today, was the quad witching, where a lot of option activity expiring and whatnot, which is kind of why this week and especially today was, pretty volatile week. And I honestly think, I really think that there's a squeeze happening in the market right now, because the market has been, of course, like plummeting quite a bit. I think a lot of shorts are getting squeezed out right now. People that were shorting the market, I think they're just getting squeezed. And that's essentially what I'm assuming is happening. Like, I'm sure there's buying pressure, don't get me wrong, but it does feel like it's a squeeze as well. Because it's not just like Tesla, of course. It's like literally the whole market is just skyrocketing. Like, if you look at almost any ticker, like they're all just like 4 green candles in a row, right? Like literally every single ticker, pretty much. Just green candles, over and over and over, right? It's not just Tesla, of course. So keep that in mind, guys, right? This isn't just like Tesla showing strength. It's just the market as a whole. Again, mainly because I really do think that there's a small squeeze currently happening. So either way, let's just get right into it. So Tesla ending the day just over $900 actually, closing above, pretty important too, closing above $900, $905.39, up almost 4% on the day. Now, what does this mean for next week, right? So first and foremost, I just want to take a look at the weekly. You guys know I like the weekly. So in the weekly, you can see Tesla breaking above the teal line, which is good. That's a good start. But again, guys, like, we have to keep our expectations realistic. We just had an extremely green week. We had 4 days of green, and not just like 1%, half a percent, like 4 or 5%, pretty much every single day of green, green, green. For instance, from Tuesday morning, from the lows of Tuesday to the highs of today, pretty much the closing of today, actually, we went up 20%, guys. 20% in 4 days. That is a lot. So I'm just, keeping it realistic here, guys. Don't be shocked if there's some red, especially at the beginning of the week next week. It's normal to cool off in these kind of markets. When you have these kind of rallies, it's very normal to see some cool off, to see some, retracements. It's actually very, very healthy. In fact, you actually want to see that as a bull as well. It's extremely important, and it gives it a healthy movement. So with that being said and done, let's go over what can we expect for next week. So Tesla breaking above the T line, which is good, but keep in mind, don't forget, guys, I do have that 3-day rule-ish, right? Where, we've seen things break out before and just collapse underneath. You want to see it 3, maybe even 4, but like 3 to 4 days of it maintaining above that level. So in this case, it'll be next week, maintaining like 885, 890, somewhere in that range. You really want to see it maintained. Or on the weekly, you want to see like 885 to 890, somewhere in that range. Ideally 890, but 885, you want to see that level hold. That's a very, very important level for next week. I do think this 900 current break is going to be a little bit of a bait. I definitely think we'll fall back under. But again, the key level that you want to see for the bulls to hold is around 890. Now, will we break under 890, and is that a bad thing? I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. I think even if we break 890, I think that's perfectly fine in the bull case. So let's go over the cases. For the bulls, what do the bulls want to see to confirm that this is potentially like a start to the new rally, right? For, hopefully the remainder or the majority of the year. The bulls, essentially, number one, first and foremost, you don't want to break below this level here, the 757 level. Number one, like flat out period, you absolutely do not want this level to ever break again. That's just like number one, like period, right? But what does the giga bull case, the absolute giga bull case, like the super bull case, is going to be to not break below this teal line. This teal line and holding 885 to 890 pretty much all next week is like the super bull case. If that happens, that's like very, 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 very bullish. The chances of that happening, I honestly think, aren't very high. And the reason I don't think it's very high is because if you look at it on the micro level, as you can see, like on the 1 hour, even the 4 hours approaching that level, but like the 2 hour, the 1 hour, the 30 minute, the 15 minute, like we're pretty much overbought in any like micro time frame. I mean, I think it's quite obvious. We rallied 4 days straight, like 4 or 5% every single day. So we are definitely in overbought territory. You can see on the RSI here, right? No question about that whatsoever. The good thing is the fact that the RSI isn't really showing a bearish divergence yet, or a hidden bearish divergence or anything like that. So that's the good news. The fact that it is overbought, but it's not like It's not as obvious yet that it's going to go down, even though I'm pretty sure it will. But that's the like super bull case. Like you want to see 890, 885 hold pretty much all next week. Again, I don't think that's going to happen. But what are the bulls? Just the bulls. What do the bulls want to see? The bulls want to see, in my opinion, a healthy retracement, but a retracement that's not like too far down either. So essentially, pretty much what I talked about yesterday. The bulls want to see a retracement down to this purple line right here, bounce off of it, and then we can continue hopefully the next leg up and break, you know, this 900 to 905 level once again. That's what the bulls want to see. That's what I'm going to be looking for personally. I'm going to be looking to buy on this purple line next week. So once we come back to this purple line, which I really want to see a trace way back down to this purple line, which is like 820 roughly, right? Give or take, about 820. And I want to see this hold. I want to see a bounce off of this breakout, confirm the breakout is, you know, legitimate and, you know, it's healthy, whatever. And then I want to see a rally upwards. So I'm going to be very hard eyeballing this like 820 or so level next week, which I really think is the most likely scenario to play out as of right now. That will be pretty much what I expect to see happen. A retracement down to 820, somewhere in the 820s, potentially like 815, bounce off, buyers step in, and I think we continue the next rally. That's what I want to see, which is a healthy retracement, and it's, you know, it's good for the stock. It's good for the stock. It's actually bad for the stock to keep going up. And when the stock keeps going up, you should be excited, but you should be more scared. And it's like it should be the opposite of what your natural instincts think. When a stock is falling, you should be excited because you can get Tesla for literally just a cheaper price. It's not like the business is getting worse. It's getting better, actually, if anything. But you're getting it at a discount. Think of it this way. Imagine your supermarket has like your favorite cookies. They're literally the same cookies, but they fell down in price by like 20% next week, for instance. They're 20% off or something like that. Are you going to go in there and be scared that it's 20% off, or are you going to stock the hell up? Same concept, right? And let's say the cookies are just as good, if not better. It's the same thing with Tesla. If the stock is falling, you shouldn't be scared. You should be excited. You're getting a cheaper entry and a cheaper price on a company that's only getting better. But the flip side is also true. When it's only going up, that's where you should start kind of getting a little bit worried that, you know what? I guess, again, this is assuming you're a trader. If you're an investor, who gives a shit? You shouldn't even be looking at the chart, in all honesty. But as a trader, you know, you should be getting a little bit worried. You know, you should be getting, okay, that's a lot of green. I want to take some profit off the table and then get ready to buy back on the dip, which will come. There's always dips. I promise you that. They will always be there. And I think we're about to see it. So essentially, that's what the bulls want to see. Bulls want to see your retracement down to this purple line, bounce off this 820-ish level, give or take, you know, 5 points or so, 815 to 825 level, and it depends on when it happens, and then essentially get ready to bounce up. That's essentially what the bulls want to see. You can see the red line. We are in contact with it. So we'll see what happens there. But the fact that we close above 900 is pretty bullish, actually. I do like that quite a bit. But again, like, it's due for a retracement. Like, it just is. It literally just is due for a retracement, right? Which is good. Don't get me wrong. The bears. Now, if you're a bear or, you know, you're overall bearish or whatever, what do the bears want to see? The bears, well, they definitely don't want to see the bounce off this purple line. The bears want to see this purple line fail. They want to see Tesla not only obviously fail here, but they want to see it come down here and also fail this, and especially break this. That's what the bears want to see. Number one for bears, like just the, you know, regular bear case, they want to see this purple line retest around that 815, 820, 825 level fail. And off of that, the bears want to see it fall back down to 750. What's the giga bear case? The giga bear case is, of course, this failing as well, but also 750 not holding and probably dropping to 700. That's like the super bear case. So those are the four levels: the ultra bull, the bear, the ultra bear. Those are the four things that I would personally be watching for going into next week. I also think that, unfortunately, I think it's Berlin opening on Tuesday, I believe. Like its first deliveries and stuff like that. I believe that's Tuesday for Berlin. I really do think it might be a sell the news, mainly because we already rallied so much that I think this is like part of the excitement, part of the, you know, obviously the squeeze, part of, you know, it getting priced in. I think it'll be a sell the news, only because we ran up so much. If we haven't run up so much, then I think it would have been a buy the news. But because we already ran up so much, I think it'll be a sell the news. That's just my guess. Could be completely wrong. We'll see what happens. But those are the four things and the four like levels essentially, or areas, if you will, that I'm looking for. Again, I'm honestly very shocked that we ran up this much today. I really thought 885 was like the realistic best case scenario, and 900 was like the somewhat unrealistic best case scenario. The fact that we even broke above that and closed at 905 is insane. But again, it was a quad wishing week and day. That is a little bit of an outlier. Keep that in mind, guys. Don't like fall too much into the trap just yet. Again, if you're an investor, who gives a shit, right? This shouldn't matter to you whatsoever. You just DCA. and that's it. Don't even look at it. Check back in 5 years, and I think we're all going to be quite happy with where the share price is at that point, unless of course Putin decides to nuke the whole world. But yeah, other than that, that's essentially what I'm looking for, guys. We also broke above the 200 and just barely holding around the 50 MA. The 200 MA just smashed right through it. I'm completely shocked that we just smashed through all this right here. I'll be honest. I really thought this would be more of a problem, but I guess, you know, the fact that I'm pretty sure we're squeezing a bit here is probably why this pushed up so aggressively. And the 50 MA is sitting at $904, pretty much exactly where we closed at. So that, you know, we'll see how that plays out in the next week. But again, that's essentially what I'm looking for, guys. See what happens with that going into next week. Great move on Tesla this week. If you manage to hold throughout all this without selling and still holding and holding, assuming you're a trader, man, I hope you really took some profits here, at least something, a little bit, even a little bit, maybe like 10% or something, just to have something to buy the dip that is coming up, in my opinion. But again, the bulls bounce off the purple line. My most expected outcome is a bounce off the purple line, and then we hopefully rally back up once again and then start retesting this level again. That's my personal, like, highest probability play right now compared to taking into account all 4 possibilities. That's my number 1 possibility right now that I expect to happen. So that's what I'm going to be looking for next week. I'm going to be ready to buy. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think. Hope you have a good weekend, and I'll see you for Monday's update. Peace.